Excellent job there by Randy Moeller. Always love having him on the program. One of the all-time greats. And yeah, the All-Star skills this weekend, the All-Star game, tickets are expensive. I mean, my son, especially my younger one, wants to. Yeah, I guess he still wants to go. We can't even be trying to go. No one's setting us up with tickets for the All-Star, so I was willing to purchase. It's very expensive. Worth going to. Probably a really fun experience. And yeah, they got a fun thing going on this weekend at FLA Live Arena. It's very rare you get All-Star games. Just the second All-Star game for the NHL here. Major League Baseball, you had the one a few years ago. I went to the Home Run Derby. Oh my God, that was so much fun. And the NBA has had one here back in 1990, the Heat's second year. That's it. So a total of 2, 3, 4. This is the fourth All-Star game, as far as our major North American sports go, that has taken place down here. So if you got an opportunity to go, if you could afford it, if you're breaking out the big bucks, I would recommend it. It's probably a lot of fun. You know what else I would recommend? If you're not feeling well, you got to call Doctors on Call 365, South Florida's urgent care that comes to you. If I'm not feeling well, I don't want to have to get in the car and drive to my doctor. And you know what? A lot of times, I'll call up my doctor, say I'm not feeling well. All right, we could see you next week. No, I need to see someone right now. Well, Doctors on Call 365, South Florida's urgent care that comes to you. Children, adults, elderly, they're going to come to your house and treat you right there. You need a COVID test, a strep test, a flu test. You need blood drawn. You need x-rays ordered. You need prescription filled or refilled. Doctors on Call 365. They're going to come to the comfort of your home, come to your office, wherever you are. The convenience of getting them to come to you, you can't beat it. Now, it's self-pay. You got Medicare coming down the line. You got private insurance coming down the line as well. But if you were to go to the ER or an urgent care, not only would you have to wait hours to be seen, you're going to pay more with your copay than you're going to pay out of pocket for the convenience of Doctors on Call 365 coming to your home. DoctorsOnCall365.com, 786-577-9302. You'll get someone on the phone immediately, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. 786-577-9302. Take it from me. If you support the show, you got to support our sponsors. And I use Doctors on Call 365. I love it. So convenient. Let's get to big deal or not a big deal. Come on now. Big deal or not a big deal. Marlins infielder, I shouldn't say infielder anymore. I think he's moving to center field. Marlins center fielder, Jazz Chisholm, has been named the cover boy. He is on the cover of the new MLB The Show. How about that? I'm going big deal. Now, Jazz Chisholm, I know, look, he's a lot. He's got swag. He's a showman out there. Jazz Chisholm's a Marlins best player. If Jazz Chisholm's your best player, your team sucks. And the Marlins suck. But that doesn't take away from Jazz being a good player. He's not a great player. He's a good player. But like I said, he cannot be your best player. He's the Marlins' best player and the team sucks. So that's not a surprise. But we all like him. He's got a ton of swag. And hopefully he's going to be a part of, winning here if they get some players. Got to get players who are better than him. All right? But Jazz Chisholm being on the cover of the show for this year, 2023, yeah, that's cool. I dig it. That's a big deal. Big deal or not a big deal? So, Jermaine Pratt. You know who Jermaine Pratt is? Jermaine Pratt is Cincinnati Bengals. I think he's a linebacker. And after they lost the game on Sunday, what's his name? Joseph Osai with the boneheaded quarterback roughing the passer penalty or unnecessary late hit, unnecessary roughness, whatever you want to call it, personal foul. And there was video of this Jermaine Pratt yelling on his way into the locker room, "Why you touch the quarterback?" He was so angry, which, I mean, if I already told you yesterday, if I'm a Bengals fan, I hate this Joseph Osai. But as just a regular human being watching with no real rooting interest, I felt really bad for the guy. I mean, he's hysterical crying. And he was crying after the game. He had tears in his eyes when he was addressing the media like a man, like a grown-up. You got to give him a lot of credit for that. And by the way, that B.J. Hill standing next to him the whole time while he was addressing the media, while the media was surrounding him, that's a good friend. He was making sure no one gets out of the line, none of the media members treat him too harsh, and just be in there for support. That's a good friend, that B.J. Hill. I like him. But not a good friend, even if he feels this way, and he's got a right to feel this way, But, this Jermaine Pratt, that's not a good friend. Well, yesterday, he then spoke to the media. And, he let his emotions get the best of him.
I mean, it's a reaction that anybody have, a competitor, what was at stake, the time and moment, I mean, I love this game, no doubt in my mind. They talking about my character as a teammate. Some people don't never play this game. They don't know how much effort guys put in the game, A guy make a mistake, over and done with it. I was emotional. I was in the moment. I was wrong. I would say I was wrong. As a man, you can look at yourself in the mirror and say, I was wrong. I wasn't a great teammate at that moment. But they don't define me as a man, But it is what it is, 24 hours. I'm going back to work. I got a great off season ahead with my kids and family. That's all that matters at the end of the day. When I go home to my kids, they love me. When I go home to my fiance, they love me. That's all that matters. So all the other stuff is irrelevant. Back to work.
So that's a tough spot because you can see it from his perspective. The team worked so hard, and then a boneheaded play cost them their season. But then there's the other side of it where it's, man, he feels terrible. All you're doing is making it worse by yelling at him and yelling at him in front of cameras like that it could be caught and the video then goes viral. So you can see it both ways. I'm going big deal. I'm going big deal. Like, I know who that guy is now because he was being a terrible teammate and being a terrible friend, as opposed to this BJ Hill, who's been a great teammate and a great friend standing with him there next to him at the worst moment of his life. So I'm going big deal. Big deal or not a big deal? Luka Doncic last night, 53 points against the Detroit Pistons. But I'm going not a big deal because if you score 50, that used to be a big deal. Now it's like, oh, who scored 50 tonight? Every night someone scores 50. Every night. So I'm going not a big deal. And finally here, big deal or not a big deal? Last night, my stories, Monday Night Raw, Royal Rumble fallout. Well, Rhea Ripley, she won the Women's Royal Rumble. She gets to choose who she's going to fight at WrestleMania in the main event. Will she choose the Raw Women's Champion, Bianca Belair, or will she choose the SmackDown Women's Champion, Charlotte Flair?
I advise you to enjoy everyone rising and bowing down to the Queen, because they're about to rise to Rhea Ripley. At WrestleMania, I put you in your place. Charlotte Flair, I choose you.
Wow! Rhea Ripley certainly didn't waste any time making her decision. But Rhea looks to rewrite history when WrestleMania goes Hollywood.
How about that? That's a big deal right there. Did not expect that. Thought she was going to go after Bianca. But obviously makes all the sense in the world. You want to fight Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania. Charlotte is the greatest women's wrestler of all time. That's a big deal right there. I'm very much looking forward to that. I know we have two main events now that are set for WrestleMania. Charlotte Flair defending the SmackDown Championship against Rhea Ripley, and Roman Reigns defending the Universal Undisputed Championship against Cody Rhodes. This WrestleMania is going to be amazing. Oh, I can't wait. That's a big deal. And that right there is another edition. A big deal or not a big deal. Can we start the show tomorrow talking about the Heat picking up a game and only being a game back of number 5 Cleveland? That's what's on the line tonight. Heat at Cavaliers. Come on now, let's get it done. Thanks to everyone who put together a great show today. You all worked really hard. Appreciate all the hard work by everybody involved in putting together the program. Hit me up at ZASLOW Show on Twitter, at ZASLOWJ on Instagram. Make sure you like, you rate, you comment, you do all that good stuff. Tell your friends, tell your family. I love you long time. We'll talk to you on ZASLOW Show 2.0 tomorrow. You know what that means.